Hi guys, I'm here with a video reviewing and showing you how to use boob tape. So a company reached out to me wanting to sponsor this video, and I said yes because I thought this would be pretty relevant to cosplay. In fact, it's super relevant to cosplays and would have come in handy for quite a few cosplays that I have done, and I wish I had this back when. So I want to mention that their products are not tested on animals, so they are cruelty free. And this is what the tape looks like. It's just a clothy nude fabric tape, and it comes in nude and black. And by the way, the company's name is Nueboo. I will have a link to their site down below so you can find out more information and purchase this for yourself if it's something that you think you're going to need or you're interested in trying. So I just want to say, for reference, I am a 36B. At least that's what I usually buy. So as I have mentioned, I thought this would be good for cosplay because a lot of characters have some weird necklines going on. So I decided, I wanted to give it a go. I thought, looking back, that this would have probably been good to use for my Widowmaker cosplay because for me at the time of cosplaying Widowmaker, I didn't think this stuff worked because I had given a few different brands a try in the past, but they were really kind of just the cheap brands. Pretty sure I might have bought it on eBay, or if not eBay, it was from Walmart or something like that, and it was very low priced, and it just didn't stick well at all or feel like it was going to hold up and last or be supportive. So I just kind of avoided it, to be honest. I think this kind of product has improved a lot in recent years. Now I'm going to skip to the part that I filmed earlier when I was applying it and show you how I went about doing it as YouTube family friendly as I can. So this is how this dress looks before I have done anything. So what I'm going to do is just measure out how long I need the tape to be. I think I'm only going to need one piece as well, so I'm only going to cut one, and if I find I need more at all, then I will add that. But for now, I'm just going to measure out from the bottom of my chest right here up to and a little bit over my shoulders. This dress in particular does get thinner at the top, so part of the tape might end up showing through, and if that happens, I will just trim off the excess that is showing. So this next part I'm going to do off screen and then get back to you, but I will explain what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is start to peel off some of it, stick it down here, and then slowly working my way up, just pull the tape up as I'm peeling the paper off of it and sticking it to myself as I go along. Just because working with a long piece of tape like this, I'm afraid that I'll just get it stuck to itself if I just peel it all off at once. So I'm actually going to use two pieces of tape. I already have two on this one. I placed one and it's going up and along this way and coming up over my shoulders, as you can see here. So what I'm going to do with the other one is put it a little bit more in the center and then just pull up and just tape it up here, just to help out a little bit and give it the shape that I'm looking for. This is what it looks like after. Currently there is tape sticking out, as you can see here. So what I'm going to do is just take a pair of scissors and trim that off. By the way, you want your scissors to be sharp. I tried to use a duller pair of scissors at first and they weren't cutting through it. I've got to look over here to get in the mirror, but hopefully you guys will be able to see. There we go. That one is done. And this is how it looks with the tape on. I'm really liking it. It feels very secure. It doesn't feel like it's about to peel off or anything. I feel like I can move around pretty easily in it still and not really have to worry about anything. It doesn't feel uncomfortable or anything like that. It doesn't irritate my skin, although I also don't have sensitive skin. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Like I said, I feel like it's going to hold up. It works for this silhouette. It was really easy to apply, very, very quick to do. Had no real struggles. The only thing I will mention is you probably want to tie your hair up if you have longer hair, because my hair did get in the way a little bit. Other than that, I think this is going to come in handy for a lot of cosplays. I wish I had this when I had cosplayed Widowmaker. It would have been a lifesaver. However, I am happy to have this for future use because there will be other cosplays that definitely have cuts like this. I'm actually going to go throw on one and just see how that goes. Alright, so I have the Harley Quinn dress on. I like this so much. I wish I had used something like this back when I had worn this to cons, and if I wear her again I will definitely use it. I went ahead and cut off the excess on this side and it's still holding up pretty well. It doesn't feel like it's not secure or anything like that. Honestly, I would probably even add another strip that goes across like this, just for added support. I'm actually going to show you a very similar thing that I was talking about where you go across like this right now, because I'm going to go put on a strapless dress and show you how this works when you have a strapless dress. Okay, so here is the strapless dress I have. Right now I have no tape on. The dress itself isn't super supportive either, so it doesn't really have the shape going on that I want it to have. It's not horrible, but I'm interested in seeing how this is going to change the silhouette. As I mentioned earlier, what I'm going to do is measure a piece of tape from about here across my chest and slightly under it to about here. Okay, so I have the tape on now. I feel like you can see most of the difference from the side. I did add a few more pieces of tape just to lift slightly, and so what I did was add short pieces that were about like this big, and I just did like what I did earlier where I went and pulled it up like that, but instead of going all the way up to my shoulder, I stopped at where the dress line stops. So I have one like this, and then I have one more right here at the center on either side, and then I have the one that I said going across here like this. I'm pretty happy with it. It lifts everything and gives me the shape that I want, especially from the side. From the front, it's not going to do much because I just don't have a lot of fat at the top of my chest. All of the fat is carried at the bottom and on the sides, and that is it. That is the only place it has any fat. So I'm never going to have a lot of cleavage up here whenever I do have a strapless dress, because it requires being pulled from like the top. But that is something I've obviously just come to terms with, so it's fine. It's not a big deal. I actually kind of like this more than strapless bras, only because strapless bras I find tend to slide down a lot unless you make them really tight, and if you make them really tight then you get the bunching in like fat around like where the bra line is. I much prefer this because that doesn't happen. There is no back fat issues going on. So some final things about the product. This is $21.99 for one roll, or you can get two for $29.99. And they've given me a discount code that will get you 10% off, and the code is Arlena10. I will have that in the description, and it's spelled ARLENA10. I think for how much you get and how good the product is, I think $21 is a fair price. Like I've mentioned, I've used cheaper brands before and they just didn't really hold up. That price tag definitely showed, so I wouldn't mind spending more on something like this. So I think the 2 for $30 is a great deal, and honestly I see myself continuing to use this in all of my future cosplays whenever there is some weird or low neckline. Obviously it's also super useful in everyday life if you are wearing something that is low cut or even strapless. I do want to mention one final tip that I have for you guys. When you are removing the tape, it can be difficult or it can hurt. It can be like ripping off like a fresh band-aid or something like that. So to help peel it off, I'd use just a little bit of lotion as you go along and just peel it off slowly. That will get rid of like the stickiness as you rub it and make it come off a lot easier. That brings me to another tip, and that is to not put lotion on just before you wear this. Do that like way ahead of time. And yeah, I think that's it. Again, the links to the product and the Nueboo website will be down below, and you can find out even more information on the product there. And there is a 10% discount code written in the description as well. It will be right next to the link somewhere. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye! Oh, I just lost the whole roll.